We're back with another Photographer Reacts video. I'm gonna just go through and jump right into it. But if you haven't seen the previous video, then be sure to check that out on YouTube or wherever you're seeing it, because that one was also really fun. And we got to just lay some of the ground rules or some of the criteria that I'm going to use to go along with the series. And I plan to go as long as possible. So yeah, let's just get right into it. All right, so I already opened up Instagram to start browsing as we did before. And I mean, yeah, we have some of the stuff. If you're watching this right after the Super Bowl, you see that this one has already been made with I think AI or something. But right under it is what really interested me, and there's a reason why. So as you can see, we have the creator right here, but this one I have recreated in the past. If I can find it or something similar, I will show you. But there's two ways you can do this, and I'm just going to break it down very quickly. Obviously, best way and most easy way is lighting, because you're going to be able to get the full shadows. Everything is going to look really clean. It's going to look, proper. But that's one way to do it: red, blue, light, whatever, and then you just put it exactly however you see fit. Other way to do this is, especially if you have a clean photo, just nice lighting, but you don't have the colors, you can go into Photoshop and do it. I might have actually, no, I did make a tutorial on it. I'm pretty sure it's one of the first few videos I made. Still relevant to this day, by the way. But you can easily put this into Photoshop or any similar software and essentially just make layers. And especially if you have a clean background, just make the colors proper and or sorry, I meant whatever you want. And yeah, you'll be able to pretty much recreate this more or less and manipulate the colors, remix colors or whatever. But yeah, that's in a nutshell how to do it. But be sure to watch that video or someone else's tutorial on it. But I highly recommend my video because I pretty much explained it the same way that I just did, but in more detail. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to show you that. And then yeah, we have some different contrasty photos here. Yeah, I like how these are all done. I'm gonna go back to this one for 1 second. This one probably looks like a smoke machine. I really like how it's halos above him or something. But yeah, let's jump into the next one. So I love these kind of ones where they have a collage because it's melted together. Very clean, very nice. Yeah, we have a really good aesthetic here. I love the passion energy. With concert photography especially, it's really tough because usually you don't have the luxury of having control of the light. You have to really control your camera. You can't control the stage light, obviously, but you can't put a flash or something. 99% of the time, I'd say that's probably the case for most of the stuff that I've done that is similar to that. But yeah, you can make do with what you can, and it's just cool to see what people can get. But yeah, usually stage lighting is good enough that you can get some nice, aesthetic anyway. And you can see it's pretty cool. So yeah, and then yeah, the creator up here. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to pronounce everyone's name. Just gonna be really tough, and some people have really tough names. Okay, I always love stuff like this where we have the clean backgrounds. Sorry, the clean green backgrounds. I love this green, and then just the colors of how it is, because they really contrast nicely with everything here. And the depth of field, the clean of the shots. So yeah, we have a sick wedding, and yeah, I just really I like the shot especially. It just looks nice with all the greens mixed properly. Now let's go down a bit. Actually, this one kind of looked interesting, and I'll explain why. So you can see that they're talking about the sky. I'm just gonna pause it for a second because I'll explain my own way, and then maybe we'll let it play out for a bit. But bracketing is at least what was in the title. Bracketing will help you get skies like he is showing here. When you're doing real estate photos, especially, and yeah, pretty much, I don't think it applies to video, but photos, you're going to want it because you're going to get the light part, the dark part, and the middle. So when you put it together, you're getting that shot all together, and it looks really good because you are mixing everything and you're getting basically advantages of everything. If you only take one single shot and you have it underexposed, overexposed, you're kind of stuck there. You might be able to save it, but I wouldn't recommend trying. I'd recommend bracketing because you're going to get it. And since it's not something that's a one-time thing, you're able to basically have that luxury of retaking constantly. And since bracketing pretty much does it for you, you're going to be pretty fast and efficient with it if you know how to do it properly. Yeah, it'll save you a lot, and you can go back and do it because no one's moving anything. Hopefully everything's kind of just there, and you don't have to worry about someone moving their hand or jumping or something. It's furniture more often than not. So yeah, not a big issue, and that's kind of how you do it. So yeah, you can see he's talking about bracketing and stuff. So just let it play a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of jump on to the next one, because if you want that, I'll make a video on it, but you can also find stuff online pretty easily. That's how I learned a lot of stuff. But yeah, let's check this one out. This one, I love how this is done. I'm pretty sure this is a bunch of different things, but let me just explain a bit. So I think the rectangular part of it is obviously the overlay, because you can see this part from the back. So I think these are the two same images. Yeah, you can see like these are very similar. You can just tell. But the main thing is that this part here, this like circular or like this shape, is probably a filter, because in Photoshop I think you can do it, but I just think someone did it naturally instead. Yeah, see the right here, if you look at the tags, we have the accounts that make the filters, so I'm almost sure it was a filter now. And yeah, these filters basically just do what they say. So a kaleidoscope filter will make it look kaleidoscope, but one of them will, I think, make it like swirly. Other things will do like halo effects and stuff, like ghosting, all that stuff. I have a few of those. They're really nice. You just got to find the best deal and what works for you. But yeah, they work really well with conscious stuff. So yeah, this one I know, I actually had a friend who took a picture of Chris Brown and he made it his profile picture. So yeah, she had a picture similar to this where like they have the swirly part. It looks really cool. So more of these, and then I think this is a start filter right here. It's quite large actually, but yeah, you can get an idea. It's a very clean aesthetic. I love stuff like this where it just shows like some like creative power and like just insane like what's it called? It looks like someone looks like a hero there, or a villain. I don't know. I'm just gonna go through a little more. Kaleidoscope looks like right there. There's a lot actually in this one, but yeah, this one looks like a kaleidoscope as well. You can see I have a lot of effects here. I love when people do this, where it's like a big image. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I like to accidentally, but we gotta show love every now and then. Yeah, so that was that one in a nutshell, but I'm also gonna jump to this one now, because I love colors like this. It actually looks very similar to someone who makes like graphics and stuff for music videos. You might know them, Mihalo. He's from Toronto as well, and a brother of a friend I know, the 97. So yeah, he makes stuff like this where it's all like the motion graphics and graphics for, you know, albums and things like that. So yeah, we have similar stuff here, but like we have a lot of cool, I think these are actually album names if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I'm just cluing in now, but yeah, these are, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I love the aesthetic of it. It's like a grungy, ethereal, I would say, almost. Like, I mean, this looks ethereal here, the angel falling. Yeah, so we got stuff like that. I love this one, like the colors and stuff. It's not about the girl, I'm telling you right now. It's literally because the colors. I love the black outfit with the white and the red. It's just very contrasty, looks really nice. I am married, just letting you know. So yeah, it's not about the girl. But it's a great way to show how a product can look really nice in a certain setting and how to advertise it. Like this would look good on the side of a store, but also you could put it like somewhere here. Then we have a close-up shot. You should always have stuff like this. It shows obviously what you're talking about. And then we got this here, which is just the colorways and different things. Very clean, very nice. So yeah, another way. I think we went through something similar to this last time, so I'm not gonna touch this one, but I like the contrast as well, the orange, blues, and whites. It's a very common cinematic color. Okay, let's keep going. As you can see, we're like seeing a lot of people's things. So even if I'm not specifically talking about them, then you can kind of still see someone's work on display here. So props to everyone who's always appearing in these videos, whoever's watching these videos as well. But yeah, okay, let's go to this one. This one looks interesting. Okay, so we got best color combos. I love stuff like this. So you can see hex codes. So I don't know, if you want color combos, you got some right here. Not like this is the person who made it. I'm just showing you now. But yeah, we got some nice ones actually here. Like this one's really clean. I feel like I've seen this one before, but maybe I'm thinking about a gum commercial or something. This one looks like Spotify. And then this one actually looks like a school color that's near me. And then yeah, we just got a few other ones. This one looks like Shopify, I think, actually. So one thing I will say, so that this is not like just me showcasing stuff. With colors, stuff like this, I think it's really good because you are able to get a monochromatic look, so it looks pleasing to the eye. Like notice when we go to some other ones, or like most of these work well. Like this one is maybe an exception where it's like very different colors, but you can see actually some of these are different, but like I guess I'm also talking about the green one at the end. These are fairly similar colors, like different shades. These are, this one's also a shade as well, but like these ones would be completely different, but they still work together. Does some just work? You gotta look at color wheel or chart or whatever, and you'll see that ones that are crossed are different and ones that are like beside each other. Again, like I'm not gonna go through all of it right now, and some of them I might be mistaken, so I don't want to mislead you. But these ones are gonna be really easy to use and you know, work with. Like you should do that compared to like just jumping around randomly, because that won't look good. That's why I chose like red and purple for my background there, compared to like, I don't know, some other random colors like black, purple, and red. They kind of work together, so I feel like it looks like a nice aesthetic, and you always see them on the video, so you know these are the colors I use on my videos or in my backgrounds. Okay, let's keep going. Let's talk about prompts, because I keep seeing prompt stuff. So we have some highly detailed stuff. I think this is Ben Franklin. Okay, I'm not from the US, so don't you know, destroy me on that. But yeah, we have prompts here, and this actually, oh no, it actually is in real. It's not in Spanish. Okay, so it's good. But I'm not going to talk about these specifically, but one thing I did learn actually very recently is with AI stuff, be specific. Like if you're giving too much of a general thing, if you want to see even the thumbnail video, I was way more specific on my prompt compared to being very broad. So in that video, which I'll just go over very briefly, we talked about making my screenshot of myself, like on the video, to a baby. And I said specifically, like, keep my face the same, but change everything else around me. And it did that. So same thing with like how Coca-Cola did their commercial, where I think it was like 700,000 prompts. Think about how specific they were on certain areas, on certain things, because that's how you can get exactly what you want, short amount of time, and also using up less resources. You're just basically getting something quicker because you're more clear. If you're too broad, you're not going to get something as easily. It's like, I guess when people say, you know, do you want to niche down? It's like when people say, do you want to niche down or do you want to be a broader audience? Or sorry, appeal to a broader audience. Broader audience, you might get a bunch of people, but at the same time, when you niche down, you probably find the people who are most likely looking for you and are going to be able to, and you're going to be able to sell to a lot more. So, you know, it depends what you post. So like so if you're posting pretty much all weddings, you're probably gonna get more wedding clients compared to corporate clients. You're posting more corporate stuff or like stuff that looks like you're doing corporate events, you're gonna get more corporate clients most likely. Headshots, you're gonna get more headshots. Just pretty much that simple. I know I'm not shouting out every creator, by the way. So yeah, just take a look on the side here for the creator, because you know, it's gonna take a long time to go through everyone. Okay, since we're talking instead of just editing and stuff all the time, let's talk about this, which is for those who are watching. This is soon after the Super Bowl. I think it's literally the like 2-3 days after. But yeah, so we have a full rig here. Like this is crazy, but yeah, so we have this. I'm pretty sure this is a Fuji. Oh no, it's a Panasonic. So we have this long lens. So for those who don't know, these lenses are crazy expensive, but for a good reason, obviously. They're like $200,000-$300,000 at minimum, I think. I could be wrong, but that's just what I know. And these things can go like from where that person is to like literally across the stadium, very close, up close. So like, you know how they do the kiss cams and the lookalikes and all that stuff? That's how they do it. They're sitting in one spot and they're like zooming across the stadium sometimes. So yeah, that's crazy camera rig. Oh, yeah, we have a cool. Yeah, okay. So it was a Fujinon, I think. So yeah, we have that, and they control it from back here. They have the rigs and all that. It's kind of cool to see. I'm actually gonna save this now. It's kind of interesting. They have the belts and all that to keep them safe. And then yeah, okay. So here, I can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's called the Trinity rig. So this one, it has like a spinning thing here, and then it's a steady cam, and then it's like mounted here and all that. It's quite interesting. I have a cam, like a steady cam setup that I kind of use, but it's you know, it's different than this. But I intend to hopefully make something similar to this, because this thing itself is like, I think 50K if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, quite a lot. And yeah, but you can see why it's been used. Like we have all these things. This is, I'm pretty sure it's footage from that, or at least like a wire cam or something. Okay, no, sorry, it was the crane. So yeah, we have this crane here. Yeah, so quite serious filming equipment for obvious reason, but you know, just kind of trying to elaborate a little bit more. And then we got, I think, the Steadicam here with the LED panel. You can see why. So this was like the ending shot here. So this is really cool, actually. We get to see behind the scenes. You can see someone guiding him. That's really important because he can't see behind him. So someone guiding him is very, very crucial so he doesn't fall over. And I think we got the ending shot there. Yep, pretty much done. Boom. Okay, that's cool. And then I think they just start dancing. Got all the bushes here, him rising. Oh, sorry, falling down. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so okay, let's go to another post now. This one's really cool. I like stuff like this. Now, looking at this, I think, okay, a couple things will be happening here. One, and we'll see because I just clicked on it and you're seeing it at the same time I am. Didn't preview these or anything. I think either this person's low down, like underneath almost, so probably this person's standing on like a very clear glass, or this is like a Photoshop job or like an AI job even. So someone, you know, put it here and then, or like took one of the parts and then put the other part. So most likely, you know, this was real and this could be AI'd. But I think more so likely this probably is glass here, and then you know you're aiming upwards. So the best way I can describe this, if you want to get a really easy example, look at the behind the scenes for Beebs in the Trap by Travis Scott and Nev. That one, there's a shot where they're like standing on top of something and then they're dancing and they're jumping and all that. That's kind of what you're doing here, except this one's more at an angle. That one is literally like you're kind of looking up their butt almost. So I don't know if we'll get a BTS here, but yeah, I think they're really standing on something like a platform. And yeah, we have a bunch of this. I really like this clean aesthetic though. Okay, so cool. Now, okay, this is an interesting rig. I don't know what. Oh, okay, this is Sony Alpha M. I'm doing this without my glasses on, so it's a little bit hard to read from a distance, even though it's like arm's length. But yeah, you can see the rig here. Got the DJI Pocket 3, and then the camera, and then the flash. So you can get a bit of everything. Let's pause it actually right there. So we got the speed light, the cage, the mounting plane, all that. So if you create a good enough rig, you can actually go and do a bunch of different things at once. Like, I don't know, I think I showed you last week, or sorry, not last week, last video about my easy rig. And that basically has ways for me to mount my camera onto a monopod, onto like just the thing itself. And then also we can put, you know, stuff for BTS. So we can put like the Insta360 to capture all around me. We can put a GoPro, we can pretty much put anything I want. So if you can create a rig like this to help you capture stuff at the same time, you're getting a lot more use out of what you're doing. So if you're doing a wedding and you capture a moment, maybe you're taking a photo here, then you can capture a video here, or vice versa. Or maybe you can even use this as your video part, and then this is the photo part, and then you're getting both photo and video for someone. So this depends what you want to do. I'd still recommend going with two cameras. Don't get a Pocket 3 and like rely solely on it to just give you the cinematic video that you're looking for, like a highlight or something. I think you should still have like two proper big cameras because they'll give the most flexibility, most quality, but it can make do with what you can get from those. Okay, this one's really cool. I saw this recently actually. So yeah, this one, he's on the robotic arm and the robotic arm is doing stuff here. And you can see, I think the shot barely here. And then we have stuff here. And why robotic arms are so cool, they're really expensive, obviously. I think they're like 100 something K. But you can see how clean and smooth these are. And best thing is, if you have set it up in such a way, you can basically redo the same action over and over again. So if, maybe I'll come across it, but when you see the what's it called, the ads online, like Super Bowl ads or the ads just in general of food like splashing into it or like jumping down something, like just all that stuff where like it's really cool and creative. Sometimes those are CGI, but a lot of times those are actually done like by hand, like manual, or like, you know, they're robotic arms. So like everything's done very calculated, and that's how you can recreate things over and over again. Obviously you can't recreate like the spills and the stuff, like how it actually like interacts with each other constantly, but you can recreate the same force, to recreate the same motion, so you can get more or less the same results. Just depends on what you're looking for and what the preferred result is. So yeah, we have things. Actually, let's talk about this again, because this was kind of what I was talking about for that other one, the constant ones. These are filters here. So we got the split diopter. So let's just see what it does. You can see exactly how it is. So I think I might have one of these if I'm not mistaken, or like something similar. Let's see if it shows the actual like effect. Okay, almost there, I think. So you see that and you see that. Okay, so you saw the dinosaur there, and then you saw the plane just before that. So watch what it does. So you can see it here, and then there. Makes it much easier. That's actually him focusing. And now this is at the same time. So they're both in focus. It's a little trippy. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the effect, only because I don't really know where to use it necessarily. But there are very specific scenarios you can use it. He's showing you here. But yeah, I think there's a more practical way to do it. No, sorry, not more practical. I just kind of like doing it differently, or just doing the focusing, because I think that's better in some way. But you know, split diopter has a time and place, and you can see that it works in certain scenarios as well. I love this look. That's okay. So he's actually going to redo it. So get a gray background. I actually have this. You can get it on Amazon. I think I got mine for like $45. It's quite big actually. I got one of the max sizes. But yeah, gray I'd recommend, by the way, because white, it's going to be harder to keep clean, and also just in general, you're going to probably not be able to make it as easily darker, or like, you know, color it as much. There are ways, but you know, might as well get a good in between. Black, kind of the exact opposite of white. You know, it's going to be harder to go brighter sometimes, potentially, but you know, you do what you want. Gray is like a good middle ground, because it's kind of like not too light, not too dark. You can kind of go proper either way. So yeah, now he has this here. So we have the above light, and he's gonna put the sandbag reflector. He's kind of, I'm just narrating over what he's doing basically, but now he's gonna have the smoke, and then yeah, the smoke machine, and then let's see what he's doing, and then he's gonna look up, and then yeah, he's gonna take the picture, and then we have the settings here. So yeah, pretty simple picture, but you can see how cool it looks and how the results come out. Okay, let's keep going. So this one caught my eye. This is a filter that I think it makes it like gold speckled, or like it shows a glow. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, I think he's doing something different. Okay, and a kaleidoscope maybe. Okay, let's keep going. Come on. Okay, and then I think we'll get to the effect here. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're gonna get a big like color, and then oh no, we're getting the gem flare now. So this one's different. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, no, so actually just showing how it's made, but you know, you get the idea. Unintentional, I guess, plug, but yeah, you can kind of get an idea of how cool you can customize your filters, make them unique, and you don't have to stay with just how a filter is. You can customize it to what you want. Like I saw people in the past putting Vaseline on their filters to make it more blurry in some places and cleaner in other places. So you can do it really whatever you want. This one also really caught my eye. Obviously this is a studio, I'm almost sure of it. And then we have her in the background. So you can see this kind of gray, so you can see why the flexibility of gray is so much better. But again, you can use what you want, but it works well with this kind of color. And I think they use this marbled, or I don't even know what to call it, like cloudy background, but yeah, really nice cultural kind of photo shoot. And obviously her wearing that is contrasting to all the like dark greens and stuff, so you can see how well it works. What else should we go to? You know, let's talk about this. Yeah, okay, so you can see the before, like, okay, so I'll go through this quickly. So masking, really important. I didn't realize it until, you know, much farther from when I started, to put it simply. Wow, even Lightroom commented. Yeah, so masking like this. So for you, if you take an image like this, it'll look nice, not gonna lie. But what's the main object gonna do? Like, you obviously see this person's in the middle, but it's kind of just like whatever. It's not like, I wouldn't hang this on my wall necessarily. I personally just think it's whatever, it's blah. Then you go here, and then you can subject mask it and stuff. Personally, I would actually mask the stuff and vignette it a little bit to make it more, you know, drag your eyes in. But you can see the level of masking you can do. And you sky mask it and stuff. And then we have all the settings here. And then so that's before, that's after. So like, see how much detail you retain. You can even get the colors on him. You can get all this. Like, this is so much better than this. Like, you can't even see him here. You can't see a lot of this. You can't even see this. This is like, you know, brownish. Like, it's orangey a little bit, yeah, in the other one, but the point is you're getting contrast, you're getting the detail back. See, orangey, his face is here. This is blue, like way bluer. This is like light blue, but it looks washed out. Like you can see all this cloud detail back. So masking is so nice onto this. Like, you know, no reason not to mask in my opinion. It takes a lot more effort for sure, but I think the payoff is so much better. I've done it so much more in certain scenarios where it made sense. There's obviously scenarios where you wouldn't want to, but there, especially I think outside where you need to retain a lot of the information and also make it more contrasty, this is the best way to do it. And obviously you don't have to go back and like, don't have to worry about doing it on the shoot. You can do it in editing because that's what editing is for, to make it look better. Prompt now. Okay, so this one is really cool. I'm going to tell you why. Okay, well, okay, so you can see, yeah, don't do this, what this noob editor is doing, obviously noob editor. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and then we're going to show if I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but let's see. What you're going to do is you're basically going to select, I have a tutorial on this, I'm almost sure of it. Because again, it's a long time ago, it's a couple of years ago. So you're taking a selection from the person. So ideally you would go from maybe her hand to her boot. So you're getting all those colors. You're taking a selection. Then you take the cut and copy that selection. So it's pasted somewhere there. Then what you do is you basically stretch it all the way to one side. I usually just go to the right just for fun, but you can do it whatever way. And then what you do is that is the pixel stretch. And then you put it onto a path and you loop it around to make whatever like shape you want. You don't have to do a loop, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to do it on a certain path, that's the best way to do it. And I'm almost sure I'm going to be right, but let's see. So yeah, you're going to obviously duplicate it. That's the only thing I forgot to mention, but yeah, so you go here and they might be doing something slightly different. Let's see. I think that actually this might be a little overcomplicating a little bit, but yeah, let's see. Okay, now we're on along the lines, watch. Okay, so they're only doing that portion, but you know, same idea. Okay, cool. Yep, see, exactly, stretch it. So stretch it as far as you can, and then after that, you're gonna take it, and then you're gonna do that. And I guess they're doing it in separate areas because they want two different ones. You can, the way I was saying is you can do it all in one, but like literally, you just have to find a way that it intersects all the way down, but whatever you want. So yeah, you can see it creates like this cool effect, and because it's all the same colors, you're getting like this nice monochromatic look or nice look. So see, made circular. And now you just bend and twist it and do whatever you want with it. And then watch this. So yeah, if we go farther down on my Instagram, I think it's in my personal one, might be on my creative one. I think it's on my creative one, like the one we're looking at stuff on now. Yeah, see, you mask it out and stuff. So basically, yeah, if you go farther and not down enough, see if some of you can find it. That's the easiest way to see that. I mean, you can see that I did that pretty much exactly, but I changed the background of mine too. Like I changed the color. So it's kind of what we talked about earlier. I like this one, but I'm not going to go through it because we did talk about something similar in the past, or not in the past, the previous part of this video. Let's keep going. Let's talk about clothing brands. This one actually looks interesting. I thought this was Kai Cenat for a second, I'm not going to lie, but because he recently started clothing brand, so that's why I thought. This one's cool. Hung products, the only thing I will say is that make sure it looks flattering, because I feel like this, it looks okay, but I think there's a better way to do it. Make it look more aesthetic. You need this, obviously. Detailed shots should be like a given at this point. Like you really got to do it, because how am I supposed to feel or like know what it looks like, feels like just by pictures? I'm not gonna, yeah, like you can, like my family says, oh yeah, you should go in person and see things. But personally for me, I think you can, if a product is good enough to be seen online and you can actually figure out how it feels and how, say more or less, you're gonna need detailed shots, because if you don't have the detailed shots, how are you supposed to figure out what you're going to buy and what you're going to do? Because it's not going to be as easy for someone to want to buy it without having those reasons to buy it. I don't know if it made any sense. Let me just rephrase it a bit, but like you need to basically tell a story through your images, and a detailed shot will do that, because like look how nice this one is, where you can see the leather detail. And I think that back is also leather. So you can see that is showing how it should feel in my hand. Like if I feel how it feels now without touching it, and I get that and I see it in my hand and I feel it, that it's going to feel the same more or less, then it's a good shot. Especially when you have things like close-ups of the cloth or something. That's how you tell if something's high quality versus not. Like you can tell, honestly, if you know how to look for it, you can tell pretty easily. This one's kind of cool. I think it's hopefully it's not real, because I don't know, I'm gonna take a lot of tries and I just think it's dangerous, but you know, it's kind of cool on how you can do it. But yeah, this is something that you might want to use AI for or something, but like yeah, this is still really cool, an idea, but just do it safely if you are doing something, especially in real life. This one this one's actually really cool because it's creative and you're still showcasing your product, but obviously just make sure you put somewhere that, you know, it's not actually that big, because, you know, you don't want to false advertise, but it's a cool creative way to actually advertise your stuff. This one's interesting. You know, just funny name, but yeah, I would just like show something like this, because then you can see the front, you can see the back, but maybe there's a different way to do it. But yeah, you can see this works pretty well. You can show different people, show boy, girl as well, etc. This one's kind of cool. I don't know if it would be that useful necessarily, because high tension is subjective, I guess, and what people think is subjective and all that. But you don't really need something like this, but it does draw some like eyes, I guess. But yeah, I would just feel like this is too staged for me to want to pay attention to it nearly as much, personally. This one is obviously useful because you can see what's coming up. It's hard to see the details, but again, if you're just trying to show what's coming up soon, it shows that. Runway shot looks high end, so you know, different stuff like that. You can create this pretty easily. You don't have to have like a full fashion shoot, but if you can kind of make a mock photo shoot like this, make it look like a fashion shoot, might as well do it. Kind of plays into perception a bit better. Yeah, so okay, cool. You got that. I'll do a few more and then we'll like wrap it up, because I think this might be getting pretty long, and I also want to make sure that, you know, you're getting the most out of this video. Do a few more. This one I like. So if you remember, actually I don't know why it didn't load. Okay, so this one I really like. You know, I just got it back. But if you remember previously, we just did the one where it was the greens in the back outside, and then it was like the couple. So that one I like because of the contrast. This one is pretty monochromatic. You can see it's pretty much all brown in some way. Like there's different shades of brown. Her dress, the background, this. I personally do think this is a little more photoshopped. This is probably just an advertisement for a piece, but like you get the idea. There's still some work that went into creating this image specifically. I'm gonna borderline say this might be AI, but honestly speaking, this is a really good way in terms of color palette, in terms of composition stuff. I mean, maybe a little bit more room on the sides, but I just don't know if maybe my computer's cropping it. But yeah, you can see how that kind of works out. Let's go to explore again, and I'll do, let's say, 3 more. 3 more should be good enough. Okay, I guess we're failing to load again. I'm not gonna cut out much of this, so you can get an idea of exactly how I'm doing all this. Okay, you know, let's do this one, and then I'll do the one right that I was going to do. So raw versus edit. So big reason why you should shoot raw. I know some people are gonna say otherwise, but raw and then edit. Like you brought back so much more. Look, it's nice to have all this, but look at this. Like difference is crazy. This contrast is amazing. Colors are much better. Everything. This kind of hazy and stuff. This is hazy, but it's like tastefully done and it's more cohesive. This is nice, but like I think this is Lil Yachty. Like look how much blander he looks. Like you can't see it because it's like in the background. Now you can see him. I mean, like yeah, it's a little more here, but like you know what I mean. You can see who he is right away. And then oops, that some colors. Not sure who this is. Forgive me, but yeah, more colors, etc. Boom. Okay, that was the baby. Okay, let's saw this because thing. So you can see what it's telling us. So you got to show. Okay, I don't know. We'll just go through this together. So from what I'm getting right away is it's talking about context and how you frame it. So you can see how the light moves, all that stuff, and then where they are, etc. So these like might be babies. This might be the parent. You never know, like different stuff like that. Like look how cool this is. So yeah, very simple and easy. Way to understand, but you get the idea. This one looked interesting because I think it's worth talking about. So this is different types of framing. Some of them, which I've covered, some of them not really. But they kind of all stem from this one right here, which is rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is the tic-tac-toe board, the grid, whatever you want to call it. And it's the easiest way to imagine where you're going to position things. So you can see the couples here. This looks nice because you have all this in the background and you can get the context of both and it looks nice, all that. This, I think, stems off it a little bit because you're getting the, the difference of height or thing here. And you can kind of see like how it looks more tastefully done, but you can see that it has concepts of, being off the sides a bit. So it lines up with those two intersections. This is the golden curve here. And you can see how it goes along with his face. You can see this one here with the triangle. Some of these are more advanced, but you get the idea, like the S curve here, and then the cross and like other stuff like that, where it's showing you how it's done. Oh, okay, we're going in detail here. Like even this one where you can see the lines, like these are leading lines. You can see that we have like a shape here that's highlighting whatever's here. So I think this is the ring, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a ring. And other stuff like that. So, there's very easy ways to make things look good. Oh, we have this again. Okay, let's keep going. We saw this again, surprisingly. I'm actually surprised it came back up because you usually never see things again if you don't save it. Oh my God. I think it's too many things running. Let's try one more time. Let's do one more because let's not have that happen. Oh, we see this one again too. Okay. Okay, let's talk about this a bit. I love the reds, the blues, like the color grading is nice. This shot's really cool. This one actually is, I'm surprised she's in focus as she did because there's a couple ways to do it, I think. One, you would take a picture of just her there, and then you would take the picture of whatever's in motion. So I think that's like the taxi or whatever in the background. And then you put them together in Photoshop. Probably the most clean way to do it because then she's nice and focused. You don't have to worry about that. Because the other way to do it is she's standing there and then you're getting this motion blur the entire time. The issue is though, is that if she even moves a little bit sometimes, like I've done this, like you'll see it on some of my Instagram posts that I tried this kind of thing. It becomes a lot more complicated because if that person moves a bit, it throws it off a bit. It doesn't look as clean and sharp, but it just depends. So yeah, that's how I would do it personally. Maybe basically a clean plate, her, and then whatever's in the background, and then you just put it all together. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, so we have a nice selection here. Okay, kind of feel like doing one more. These are kind of fun to actually go through. So I wish I could like live stream this so that we can interact and do this together, but I don't know if anyone will watch it. Oh my God, I don't know if anyone will watch it right now, and also plus like, just it's a bit hard to set up, I think, right away. We'll see. Maybe in the future when people actually like ask for it, then we'll see. Okay, let's try. Let's try this one. This might be helpful to someone. So I've talked in my videos, establishing shot, wide shot. You want to make sure you are getting context so people know exactly what's happening. So first up, establishing shot, it'll help you a lot. So like if you're going to a restaurant, like in some of the restaurant cinematic videos, you want to get that shot where someone is basically getting the sign or like talking to the sign, not talking to the sign, zooming into the sign or whatever. Or like when you're going to the restaurant, you're showing the restaurant how it is. Push in, pull out, it is pretty obvious. You're seeing what's happening here. So you're going in, zooming in something in, or vice versa. So going in means you're trying to focus on something. So in that example was the lettering on the car, Bronco. And then pulling out, as you see in this one, is going backwards. So maybe it's like a reveal. Sometimes it'll be for, an emotion, or like it'll be, okay, actually says emotion right there. But, maybe it's to show context of everyone around them. So like, let's say someone made a big statement, like a reveal, and then everyone around them, you're pulling out so that you can see everyone around them in one shot or something like that. Like that's something that's unique. But also if you're just trying to show a location, so like for a wedding, you might be zooming in on a table, and then after that, you're going to actually pull out, and then that is going to show the actual hall. So you're showing everything that's happening there. Okay, so then the detail shot. So told this many times, but detail shots really important because detail will show something more in depth. So like, let's say the bride's jewelry, let's say, a car's, like what's happening here, like the car's steering wheel, or like, special feature of it, like some button, something that's unique to it, like a light. Shows just context, and people are more likely to see something that looks cool and just unique as well. Like if you see a car really zoomed out, cool, but see something zoomed in, it's like it's a little irregular, so you'll see it and be like, okay, what's this? I love stuff like this, the silhouette stuff, because it's sometimes mysterious, ominous, I guess, and also in general, you just look really cool doing it. And you can also get this detail in the back, so you can still, if you know who this like is, like if I'm saying if you know like a style or like how someone looks from a silhouette, like a hairstyle or something, then you're getting the context of the person there, but you're also getting the context of whatever's behind them. So in this one, you can see the person is completely dark, but then the stuff in the background, like the city there, is more like you can see what's there. We can see the colors of the roofs and, you know, the structures and stuff. It's not just all dark. So another cool way to do it. Okay, so that's one of the last ones. So, you know, I think I'll maybe end this one there because I just think, okay, so yeah, it's basically telling me to do it at this point. So yeah, that's essentially some of the other stuff we just went through. More different stuff that I think is good to know, especially colors, especially like angles and different things. But these ones will always be different because I'm always just going to kind of browse with you. We're kind of going through this together. It's meant to be a longer video, not as edited, and just something that we can all explore and obviously, hopefully, bring other creators into the spotlight, or, you know, showcase other people's work and just talk about it a bit. Because I always want to like just comment on things and stuff, but no one's going to see a comment on Instagram necessarily, or not all the time. But, you know, a video will last a long time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was kind of fun and you maybe learned something, because I tried to make these informative and still entertaining. But yeah, that is the next episode of Phographer Reacts, or you can just say Creative Reacts. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see that cool video, be sure to look at this one over here, or check out the channel right over here. And if you want to hit me up on social media at all, or suggest any video idea, ask any questions, it'll be somewhere on screen now, maybe in the comments, description, etc. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.